horsepower, so it does go 19. Hello everyone, welcome back to another review. For today's video, we're going to be reviewing this e-scooter, my friends. Let's go ahead and show you everything you get. Now, what's really amazing about this scooter is it looks like it comes complete. My friends, this scooter came almost complete. The tires and everything's on, everything's lined up perfectly. The only thing you have to do is put on the handlebar, which is already connected. You'll go ahead and connect this right here onto here. I'm telling you, this is really nice. It has a wide base for your feet, charging port right here, so some of the other scooters have the port underneath, which is very annoying. Here it has a nice kickstand. It also works as a protector for the battery as well, so the battery's under here. Look how thin this is. Nice side markers, marker light. This is really nice, and what's really nice about this, it's reinforced. So if you want to go ahead and fold it, you lift this up, pull it up the whole way, and just fold it down. It's that simple. If you want to go ahead and put it up, you pull on this, so you pull this up, pull it towards you, and lift up, and you can go ahead and place it on. This is the power adapter. It's just a standard 2-prong power adapter for charging it. Okay, in case you guys don't have this piece of paper on here, not paper, but sticky film, because most people are going to get rid of this, or if someone buys it used, let me go over how the functions work. The switch above the right thumb accelerator, so this switch right here, this is your thumb accelerator. This is the switch above it. Long press the power switch to turn on and off the scooter. So we press this button right here to turn it on and to turn it off. Click the power button to switch the gears. So after it's turned on, you just simply press it to switch gears, which is speed. You have 1, 2, or 3. Double click the switch for kilometers or miles. Triple click to display the accumulated miles for 5 seconds. Short press the light button. Okay, so short press the light button after power on to turn on and off the lights. So press and hold to turn it on. There's the light. It's actually super bright. I like that a lot. That's a nice light. It's built inside. Oh, looks like the lens was actually a little loose. We're gonna go ahead and tighten that up. I recommend turning the light off and then twisting the lens, making sure it's tight. I do recommend you guys keeping this maybe with the box and manual that it gives. So yeah, press 1 to turn it. So there's number 2. There's number 3. Now when you press the throttle, you can see it goes up but nothing happens. What you want to do is you want to kick off. So kick off and actually get it in motion, then press the throttle and it will move. Now we're going to double press the power button after it's on. There it switches. We're going to triple press. 1, 2, 3. There it displays how far we've gone, and it should only stay on for 5 seconds. Yes. 1, 2, 3. I don't think if we do 4 it does anything, so let's just try that. When you're putting the screws in, make sure you put the screws in from the front side and the back. So right there, and then there's going to be 2 other ones that you put in right there. as well. Another thing I love about this is the room in between the handlebars, which allow you to, they're thick, but they're not too thick. So you can actually place a bracket on here. So if you want to put a GoPro or something on here, I absolutely love that. Also, a nice loud bell, and of course the brake. I love the grip. You just simply press down to go. Again, you're gonna need to kick off and go at a fast pace and then press the throttle. So you can't just simply press the throttle. I'm sure there's a setting to change that, but I would leave that alone because that's just a safety feature. Also, while it's charging, this is gonna be red and it should turn green when it's done. It won't be any display on here, so just remember to keep this somewhere where it's visible. Something that people might overlook is this. When they lock the bar in place, turn this red pin, and on the other side, you're gonna see it's gonna say off. So you're just gonna slide it until it shows off over here. That means it's locked in place. If you slide it to the on position, you can then you fold the handle back down. So make sure, slide it to the off. It's gonna say off there and off over there. All right, this is from just a standpoint, just to see how fast, it takes off. 0 to 60. Braking is not stop on a dime. So for braking, you want to lightly, slowly push on it. And then I recommend once you get down slow enough, just simply use your left or right foot and just slow down a little bit, maybe hop off a little bit. But so far, I'm liking it. So guys, this is the app. As you can see here, we can see our mileage, current speed, total mileage, battery life, bike time connected. We can change the gears from on here, change the speed units, backlight. We can turn the headlight on or turn the headlight off. We can lock it where nobody else can actually access this, so the whole system is locked down. I don't recommend doing it too often. I have seen, now not with this scooter, with past scooters, if you disconnect on Bluetooth and you can't get access to it. So we probably won't use the lock feature too often. We have chains and stuff. Here you can do a self-inspection where it goes over and inspects the whole system to make sure everything's okay. Everything's great. The app worked great so far. We still got to do our test run, but I am very excited to use this. Seems like a pretty good scooter. So let's go ahead. This is the fifth wheel scooter G1. Input voltage is 42 volts. Input current for charging is 1.5 amps. Its rated power is 500 watts with a peak power of 680 watts. Max speed is 19 miles per hour. It's sleek, it's stylish, it's quick. The braking system is phenomenal on this. The platform is wide enough for all adults. The tires are beefy for on and semi off-roading. Overall, everything about this screams quality, screams, I must have more. If you're looking for a gift for yourself or for someone you love, this scooter comes 97% pre-assembled. That's right, the tires are assembled. Both front and back tires are already assembled. The braking system's already assembled. The only thing you have to do is put 4 screws into the handlebar, and that's it, my friends. Only 4 screws. Assembling, if you're just simply pulling it out of a box and assembling it, takes you less than 5 minutes. So if you're looking for something out of the box, ready to pretty much go, look no further than the fifth wheel G1 scooter. The scooter can handle up to 265 pounds. It can go over 16 miles, the average range based, and it's going to depend on your weight, but the average range is 14 to 16.8 miles on one single charge. Here's the true question. Can it really go off-road? Well, let's try in our uneven, bumpy, semi-tall grass. Now, when you have speed off-road on grass like this, where it's semi-smooth, a little bit rough, but semi-smooth, it doesn't seem to have too many issues. So we can show you. So if we got speed, so the grass here is not as bumpy as the other area, so it's still moving, as you guys can see. And it almost seems to be the trick is if you don't let off the throttle. So yeah, it's just a learning curve. So yard grass that is, I would say, medium to heavy bumpy, stay away from. Grass that is lightly, maybe medium at sometimes bumpy, probably okay. But I do recommend probably just staying off the grass altogether. That way you can prolong the battery and also the life of the scooter. So I would stick till, well, let's show you. Let's go in the woods. Something like this is going to be okay, where you see it's a path kind of into the woods. There's some sticks, you know, stones, but nothing too crazy. That's going to be okay. I think we're going to drop it down to number 1. So as you can see, grind it a little bit, going over that bump. So again, we're not using the throttle. All right, now we are. So like going like this is okay. So stuff like this is okay. There you can see it kind of, I don't know what it does. It kind of grinds a little bit, which I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. It does go 19 miles an hour. I can confirm that. Maybe faster, but we saw 19. Now let's just cruise. I obviously got off there to go up the hill. All right, guys, let's get honest, let's get real, and let's break down the scooter after some heavy-duty testing. You guys either saw the footage or you're about to see the footage. So we tested on pavement, we've tested on stone, we tested it on dirt in the woods. So we've gone off-roading, light off-roading, heavy off-roading, where we went through tall grass, bumps, and you name it. Speed testing, gear testing, yeah, we pretty much did it all. So my final honest thoughts on this scooter, let's break it down. I love how the scooter came basically put together. That is a big important factor for me personally, because I don't like spending an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours setting something up. That's just ridiculous. And that's just my personal opinion. That's just who I am. I like that the tires held up great. The off-road tread definitely is very nice. I love the wide base of it. I love how you can fold it and unfold it and go through all those things. I love the 3 gears. I love the speed. Battery held up going through all those testings. Battery still, I think it's like still 75% charged, which is just insane. So that's incredible. Charging didn't take too long to charge it. The brake system, I think, The brake system is not the best I've seen. So as far as stopping quick, so you kind of need to test out the braking system and get used to it, because you press the brake, even if you would go the whole way, which you're not supposed to, even if you press it the whole way, it takes a couple, second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds to actually slow up and stop. So what I recommend doing, and I recommend this for all scooters, is you slowly, lightly put on the brake. Never completely pull the brake the 100% unless you absolutely need to. And never, and this goes for all scooters, and never rely on a scooter's braking system 100%. So what I like to do is, when I lightly put on the brake, and then when I slow down enough, I just simply hop off and like kind of jog for a split second and slow up. Obviously you need to learn it and know your speeds before you actually do that. So you can't be going 10 miles an hour and just simply hop off thinking you're gonna be all right. So that's just a little tip for that. The handlebars are nice. I mean, the whole scooter held up great for all of our tests. Yeah, settings are great, the light's great. I think I really only have one negative part of the whole experience, and that is when you go over heavy bumps, and it's almost like it's heavy bumps in a row, like bump bump, instead of like bump and you just keep going, bump and you just keep going. It's like bump bump. Something triggers something in the braking, or not the braking system, but the gear system, where it either grinds and then it actually cuts power to the scooter. So it'll grind or have this grinding feel, vibration, and then it'll cut power to the scooter. And then sometimes when you go, it cuts power and you go to press the throttle, even if you're up to speed, the throttle just doesn't respond. And then you got to come to a stop and then get going again. Or sometimes it won't come to a response when you press the throttle after that grind or bump, and then you just press it again and it will go. I think that's something that kind of bugs me a little bit, because my other scooters don't do that. So I don't know. I assume it's just a safety feature to protect the gears and everything, which I can understand that. And keep in mind, that's just going off-roading. I went through some bumps on sidewalks and didn't have an issue. That was just when I really took it heavily off-roading. We had that issue. And I'm not talking like little bumps where you feel a little bump. It's, it kind of jars the scooter. And I think it just triggers something, which if you are a safety person, a big safety person, and you want your scooter to last forever, that's probably a good feature. So some of you guys might not see that as an issue, but for a rebel like me, that sometimes I just want to, all of a sudden I'm on pavement, all of a sudden just fly off into the unknown. For guys like me, like that, probably just get an e-bike for that. But no, that's really the only negative thing I have to say about the scooter. I do like the scooter a lot. I love the fact that there's plenty of room for mounting a GoPro. Yeah, so the braking system just a little slow, and the bumping and jarring, and you guys can see, I mean, we put this thing through it all. But overall, now I just pointed out two semi-negative things. The braking system, that's a semi-negative. That's not really a big issue because I'm used to scooters and I know that I can just hop off, to completely come to a full stop faster. That's just because of experience with scooters. The jarring thing, maybe they can work on that. I don't know. That's only if you want to go off-roading into like grass with basically just bumps, lots of bumps. If you're sticking to stone, you'll be fine. If you're sticking to pavement, you'll be fine. Obviously any flat surface, you'll be fine. Even sidewalks where there's bumps and stuff, you'll be fine. Again, if you're on sidewalks, keep in mind some sidewalks are flat and some sidewalks stick up like that. So if you're going on sidewalks, just be very careful with that, because a lot of people get hurt. And this is just something that I recommend. If you're on a sidewalk and you're coming up to a bump like that, you just simply lift up the front end a little bit, kind of hop over with the front end, you know, as you're coming up. But you know, that's also perspective, and you gotta know your surroundings, and not many people do these days anymore. But anyway, that's besides the point. If you're going over sticks, you're fine. Sticks and little branches, you're fine. I would just say, basically, if you want to go through your yard, that's going to be the issue. Like, if you want to go through grass like this, just bumps and stuff, you're going to probably have an issue. If you guys already saw, you saw me go in a circle. Sometimes you saw me kind of slow up or stop. That's because it jarred and it cut power to the system and I had to get going again. Or times that you saw me push with my foot that I wasn't going around a corner. That was me trying to get up to speed again because it jarred. So there's just a couple things. Now, you know, if you go through grass that has just slightly bumps, that's more or less smoother, you're going to be fine. Like, grass over there would be more smooth than our grass right here. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where, you know, it's kind of a gray area. My overall final thoughts on the whole system, you know, if I'm rating it, because I'm going to rate it, I don't rate every single product I review, but something like this, I love everything. E-bikes, e-scooters, all that kind of stuff. I love this stuff. This stuff's fun to me. And it's a rare, I wouldn't say rare, but a lot of times I do a lot of reviews on stuff that's not as fun as this. So let me give you my honest opinion. My honest opinion, if we're rating it 5 being the best thing I've ever had in the world and 1 being the worst thing I've ever tested in the world, I would say this is about a 4. So 4 out of 5. I mean, yeah, 4. You know, if you're going by stars, I would say this is a 4-star on my personal opinion. I think if the braking whole thing, that's kind of common on these scooters. I mean, you either have, so with scooters, you either have a scooter that has a brake up here that is for the front, and if you pull that brake too hard, it actually locks up the front and you could actually go flying over the handles. Unless you're used to it like I am, then it's not an issue. So that braking system is bad. This is a braking system where it brakes in the back. I'm not sure if there's anything in the front, but I do know for sure it's in the back. And these kind of systems, they're just slower. So when you pull on it, it doesn't like instantly lock the wheel. You know, it slows it up, and then once, so there you see it's instantly locked. But when you're coming at a speed, how do I say? When you're coming at a speed, it locks it, but the wheel still turns until you slow down enough. Then it actually locks it completely. So it locks it, but the wheel still spins until you get slow enough for it to lock up. I know that's confusing. I'm sorry, but yeah. So these systems, I'm not even worried about that because that's kind of how they are when you have this brake system. So that's nothing. The jarring issue, I think, is my only big thing. But if you're not even going close, I mean, if you're not going through any high bumps or anything, then if you take that away, let's say all I was using this for was sticks and stones, and you know, that's probably what I'm only going to use it for. So my full opinion is a 4-star. If you're for everything, that's just everything combined. That's off-roading, on-roading, that's everything combined. If you are just using it for sticks in dirt, stones, or pavement, then I would give this probably a 4.8 stars. That would be my opinion. A 4.8 if that's all you're using it for. Because the braking system, some people might not like that, but once you get used to it, again, pull on the brake. And what I do is, as I'm going, I pull on the brake slowly, and then I let off like this with one foot. So I'm standing like this, and then I let off with one foot and just kind of slow up with my, you know, slow the momentum. And I only do that once I'm, you know, obviously slow enough speed. You're not going to do that at 19 miles an hour or you're crazy. I mean, you could, but, you know, that's just something to learn. So that's all scooters, brakes, you know, you have to learn. But overall, if you're not using it for off-roading, like actual grass and stuff, I would give it a 4.8. If you're going to use it for as a whole off-roading, on-roading, then a 4. So that's my honest opinion. So yeah, that's my honest opinion.